Ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. My channel is all about dating, love, relationships, and toxic relationship advice channel. Yep, we got a dating topic here. And this has been trending for the past week or so. Yes, about the past week or so. So I want to touch on it, but I wanted to wait a little while before I touch on it because I want to hear what the people have to say. You know, the people say. And it seems like a lot of men, ladies, they are bent out of shape. Yes, they are. They're a little bit upset about this. And I think they kind of misunderstood the question and the topic. Yeah, I think they kind of misunderstood it. Or they just a little insecure about themselves. Whatever. But I'm going to show a couple of videos, and I want you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. So feel free to hit the like. Make sure you hit the like. Share the video to your social media. And also, like I said, leave some feedback. And subscribe to the channel. And also, check out some of my past commentary. So we're going to get into this topic this evening, ladies. Why should a lady lawyer date a bus driver? And gentlemen too, because I know gentlemen on my channel too. So why should you date a bus driver? Now, like I said, so many men on this social media, they just getting all upset. I mean, it just went bonkers. Oh my gosh, she's like stuck up. How could she act like that? Whatever. All right, well, this lady is a lawyer. And she's a TV personality. And if that's her preference, that's her preference. She doesn't want to date a bus driver. Okay? So why are men getting all upset? And half the time, what I know of bus drivers, they're not even really happy with their jobs. They don't even really like it. They really don't. Alright, so we're going to get into this one. And I'm going to show you some clips. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you some clips. Alright, so make sure, like I said, hit the like. Alright, welcome to Donna Just Being Real. And all that stuff. And who do we have up in here? BG popped up in here. I see BG. Hugs and kisses to you. Yes, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. And 603 in the house. And blessings to you, blessings to you. And 603, there she goes. She see you. And what I see, Black Lady Jane up in here. Greetings from Los Angeles. That's right. All right, let's get into this topic because I got quite a few videos. And the reason why I'm showing these different videos because I want you to hear different people's, point of view about this. We're going to hear people's different point of view. So we're going to listen to it. All right. And like I said, you share your thoughts. I mean, some people's like, why she's acting like that? I personally say, I don't see the problem. She's a lawyer. She's a TV personality. But whatever. Let's just watch some of these clips here. Alright, so the first clip that I have here, and she's absolutely, look at her, she's absolutely stunning. She's stunning. Very pretty. Very photogenic. Look at her. She's stunning. Alright, now we're going to watch this first clip. Now, the reason why I want to do certain clips. Now, this first clip is where it all exploded. She just asked her a question, and all of a sudden everybody went crazy on, social media. And especially the men. Especially the men. All right, so we're going to listen to this clip, and I'm going to play you another clip. And at times, I might pause a little bit. Why? Because I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions on everything, okay? So I'm going to share my thoughts. And then I also have a question to the men that feels that, why is she acting that way? I have a question for you, but I'll say that for a little bit later. Okay, let's get it. This is the first clip. This is where it all started from. Let's get it.
That I'll just speak for myself vulnerably. When I think of a masculine posture and what I would expect a man to do in my life, two things come top of mind, and they are provide and they are protect. And when my lived experience, and I think I'm still relatively young, I guess, but I'm 40 in September. So, I've had some relationships, and I've yet to find a man who has shown, this includes even my father, who was absent. I've yet to have a male energy that provided or protected me consistently ever. So I think that I have taken on the reins to protect and provide for myself, because what I'm not going to do, Iyanla, is be without. Baby, it's not happening.
Be without what?
So that would be without protection,
Okay.
and be without the necessities of life.
Okay.
But I say that with an invitation, Iyanla, check me. Show me the error of my ways. Tell me how I might be missing it, because I might be.
Okay. I too am an alpha woman. So I understand what that means. And I tell people all the time, I was a horrible mother. I was a horrible mother. I was a great father. I was a horrible mother because I had never been mothered. So I didn't know how to affirm, how to nourish, how to guide. I knew how to direct, how to demand, how to discipline, and like you said, provide and protect. Those are masculine energies. And the distinction here is men build, women create. So we know how to build. We know how to get to the external and get the work done and drive and push and do it. We don't know how to be still, create it, and allow it to come to us. And I learned that when I lost everything. I learned how to create because I had already built and it all crumbled. The house, the husband, the job, the contracts, the professional career in the world, stripped of it all the attachments, the necessities of life, the creature comforts, until I was stripped down to the bare bone. And then I had to learn how not to build. Build is external. Create is internal. And we as women have the power to create and attract anything we desire. But we don't get still. We won't shut up. And we manage everything through fear, control, and survival, as opposed to feeling, knowing, and blooming or flourishing. Complete different thing. But since we've never been trained, we haven't been trained, we haven't been taught. So we do it the way we were taught to do it, which is very masculine in nature.
You might love the taste of delicious cheese.
External. I feel you are describing me to a T, Ms. Iyanla. Now, is this why you are conducting a rites of passage program so that women, all of Black women in particular, can learn to create?
Women, so that we can learn our authentic power, that we can learn the distinction between a powerful woman and a woman in her power. There's a distinction, but there are skills and tools and practices and processes that we have to learn at every age. The 20s have a process, the 30s have a process, the 40s have a 50, 60. We each have a process. And if you don't learn your 20 process, you're going to be doing it at 50. If you don't complete your 30 process, you're going to be doing it at 60. And that means you'll be running on overdrive instead of seated in your power. Yes. And the secrets are there. They come from our culture. They come from our history, but no one has taught us. So me, as a descendant of Africans and Native Americans, I have a very lovely blend and mix. And I just, for a long time, I didn't do it because women in general, they don't want to hear. They think their way is right. And I'm crazy when I say, sit down, shut up, and listen, and you can create what you want. They don't want to hear that.
Well, I want to hear it. So tell me when the sign up is. I don't want to miss it. Let me know when you're taking registrations because I am curious. I had a very lovely single Black mother, and I'm going to get to the statistics on single Black motherhood and family life. But she was, by definition, more of a father figure in terms of providing and protecting. And I think that's very common. So according to the U.S. Census, Iyanla, 23% of households in the country are single-parent households, and we know 80% of them are led by women. How does this affect the child? Both little girls, little boys, non-binary children. How does that frame their expectation of women when the mother is in charge?
It all depends on what the mother or the woman demonstrates about being a woman. If she's demonstrating that it's hard and it's rough and nobody's helping me and I got to do this and you got to do it this way, then that's what the children are going to get. If she's angry because she's alone, if she's desperate if she's not conscious, if she's not careful. I mean, when I look at the damage that I did to my children, not being clear about who I am as a feminine expression of the chief architect and creator of the universe, when I understand that I didn't know that and how to tap into that, and the damage I did to my children, who I love with all my heart. As soon as I discovered how off I was, I confessed it to them and asked them to watch me as I rebuilt who I was. And I'm still very alpha, but I'm in my throne and my crown is straight.
Okay. I'm looking forward to straightening my crown, Dr. Iyanla. Let me ask you this. Let's get to the logistics, though. Let's get to the logistics. We know that Black women are earning college degrees faster than anybody else. Many of us are doing like we're doing, Iyanla. We're getting those terminal degrees, those JDs, MD, PhDs. We also are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs, along with Latina women in America. Pew Research said that women are now out-earning men yes. in 22 of the largest cities in America, including where I live, New York, D.C., L.A., you name it. When we talk, and I know that you've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man, so I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if
a
he
bus
owns the
driver?
bus? If he owns
No.
it? If he owns the bus?
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that.
That's the problem. Okay, let's get a little bit more of this one. And thank you for everybody that's coming in. I appreciate, and good evening to everyone, and make sure you hit the like. Okay, a little bit more of this. Let's get back to it and I'll share my thoughts. Like I said, I have 2 more of the clips coming up too. Resume.
But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in the society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well. I would date a bus driver. But we think that it's another human being's responsibility to give us what we need instead of us building together. I could build with a bus driver. I'd have my little stash over on the side in my prenup, but I could build with a bus driver.
Listen to what she said. I can build with a bus driver, but I'll have my stash on the side and a prenup. Listen to what she just said. But look how she started. But what did she just say? Resume. Listen to the key words, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to them. Resume.
I think some of the criteria that we look for in the reality of today keeps us unhappy, keeps us angry, keeps balance. And then when the men show up, we want to beat them up because they're not living up to our standards and criteria. And it's not working, beloved. It's just not working. So it's not that it's bad or wrong. It's obsolete. It's obsolete. We have to come up with a new way of being. I don't believe in carrying a man. A man has to do for himself. My son got his first job when he was 9. Okay? Because you're a Black man, you will know how to take care of yourself. But I think the way we measure it, it's just obsolete.
I think that's a factual analysis. For whatever we want, expect, we're told we were going to get, we got to look at the numbers and what's available on the marketplace. So you're certainly not wrong in the analysis. And Iyanla, let's
Okay, that's the end of clip number 1. We have another clip to go on. Now, okay, I hope that y'all heard what she said, Iyanla Savant. I can't pronounce her name too well, and I'm not going to sit here and butcher her name. But I do have respect for her. You know, I have respect because everybody has their title for their thoughts and opinions of what they want and what they don't want, okay? I respect that. But I just want you to listen to that key word she said. I'll have my stash and I'll have a prenup. Okay, we have one more other clip to go on into another one. And greetings to everyone that's coming in. Greetings that's coming in. You know, share your thoughts. I'm getting ready to read those comments. But let's get back to it. Isn't she absolutely stunning? Yeah, she is. All right, listen to the music while you wait, while I go into clip number 2. Okay, now we have clip number 2. Now, this is Iyanla's channel. This is her YouTube channel, which I'm actually subscribed to her channel. I do watch it now and then because I do love when she have those, you know, relationship topics, and she has different people there like celebrities and stuff. And I was talking to Jack one time. I think it would be so great if she can get Blue. I'm about to say it. Blueface. I was about to say Bluefish. Get Blueface and Chris Sean on there. Oh, they need it. They need her so bad. All right, so we're going to get into it. Now we're going to hear what she have to say about the reaction of the statement of the question, okay? And mind you, she only asked her a question. It wasn't, the topic wasn't about, oh, she's sitting here bashing men. Oh, I don't, bus drivers, they lazy or whatever. She wasn't bashing them. She just asked her a question, would you date a bus driver? And she said only if he owns the bus. But I think she meant to say bus company. But all right, let's get into it. Let's watch this next clip. And also, I'm going to end up putting the link into the description, so in case everybody want to watch these videos in full, because I'm not going to be playing the whole video. All right, let's get it, ladies and gentlemen.
And we are doing this special edition is because recently I sparked an international conversation by asking Eboni K. Williams what I thought was a very simple question. And that question set off a firestorms of conversations and debate that has had many twists and turns, so many that I think people forgot the reason for the question and the context of my conversation with Eboni. So shout out to my soror Eboni and to all my AKA sisters. But I want to start right here. To all of the bus drivers, the UPS drivers, the FedEx drivers, to the sanitation workers and the EMS technicians and the postal workers, to the truck drivers who bring the milk that my great-grandson drinks and the bread that I love to the supermarkets, to the plumbers and the electricians, and yes, to even some of the Uber drivers. I would date you. I want you to be real clear. I would date you, and I thank you for being the heartbeat of this country. I really do. And yes, I'm a lawyer. And yes, I have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a law degree, and an Emmy. I've been on the New York Times bestsellers list several times for some of the 19 titles that I've authored. And to you, beloved blue-collar, hard-working men out there, I would date you in a hot Mississippi minute. If, and here are my conditions, okay? If you're good to your mother, and if you are in good relationship with the God of your understanding, and if you take care of or have taken care of all of the children you've sired, and if you treat me well, yeah, I would date you, because I believe those are good ingredients. You have good ingredients together, grow together, build together, evolve together, create together with good ingredients. And those things that I mentioned, I believe all of those are good ingredients. So let me be real clear about why I focused or why I presented the bus driver. Because in my mind, a bus driver is an individual who is focused, an individual who has self-discipline and self-control. A bus driver will eat his food out of a paper bag while he drives, and he doesn't stop to pee unless his passengers need to pee, okay? To me, that's compassion. A bus driver has vision, and he pays attention to detail. He has to know what's going on in the bus, in front of the bus, and behind the bus in order to get his passengers where they're going, to get them there safely. So that tells me I can trust a bus driver with my life. And in my mind, these are all good ingredients. So yeah, I would date you. And that's why we're here today, because I want to continue and expand the conversation of love with conditions. Why we use or should we use status, income, and position as the criteria for dating and mating. How do we do that? Why do we do that? And most important of all, is it working? Now hear me, everyone is entitled to their preferences and their standards. And what happened was, when I asked Eboni that question, she said only if he owned the bus. Well, see, if you're going to have a standard, let him own the bus company. Because if that one bus breaks down, you all are done. Just like a lawyer or the doctors.
No disrespect to Iyanla. I know she's highly educated, and I respect her a lot. I think she really meant the company. She just said, own the bus. You caught off guard. She wasn't prepared for that question or whatever. And I honestly don't understand, why would you even ask her that kind of question? But whatever. You just asked her the question. But I really think she means more like owns a bus company, because we know if you own one bus, anything can happen. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen.
Or the dentist loses his job, breaks his arm, can't practice anymore. So if everybody is entitled to or has their standards and their preference, but are they working? And are the standards now obsolete based on the conditions and the realities that we face in the world? Are the demands that you're holding for someone else to live up to, are they working to get you what you say you want? So that's the question that we're going to nibble on together, because people have taken this question and turned it into something else out of the context of our original conversation, which didn't even have anything to do with dating. So for those of you who are just turning in, welcome to the R Spot. I am Iyanla, and this is a very special episode of the R Spot because we're live today on Facebook, YouTube, and I believe IG.
She getting that clout. They all getting the clout.
Hold on. I think you echoing. I didn't change it. Hold just a second, please. All right. We have my co-host, the bus driver for today, Mr. Jack. Okay,
Yeah.
Jack, you have to say while I get ready to
Yeah.
change over to the next video.
I don't know why this is even a debate at all. Look, the lady's entitled to be whoever she wants to be with. That's her business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Ain't nobody else ain't got nothing to do with that. She wants to be with somebody who's not a bus driver. That is her prerogative. You know, I mean, that goes for anything. People have a preference. So, we should respect everyone's preference. Long as they're not thrown up in the face of other people, I don't care.
Exactly.
Who
Disrespectful.
Who you prefer to be with. I mean, it doesn't. I don't know why this is even, or I know why this is. It's because it's clout. Iyanla's going to have a return. She's returning. She's going to have this show, her show. And this is going to help Eboni K. Williams. This is going to boost her up as well. It's going to boost both people up. It's going to be beneficial in the long term when it comes to the money.
Have a point. Well, I think it's look clout, but I think they already have clout. But I kind of look at it in a way of, let me just give my brief thought here before I get into the next one. I think this is more up the lines of, you have a lot of dusties out here, and they're a little bit upset. This ruffled the dusties' feathers. Yes, it did. I called it out, and they're upset. They're the ones talking about it. If you secure about yourself, you fine with yourself, why would you let some statement like this bother you? And like I said, half of these bus drivers don't even like their job. When sometimes I have to have my car service, the tune-up, oil change, whatever that stuff is, you leave it there for the day. So I'll take the bus. And then I walk back home, get the exercise, right? So, and I know it's on the bus, they seem really upset, angry. Not too many is really smiling. And I'm always polite. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. I believe in being respectful to people. That's just how I am. But they'll just look at you like, okay, sorry, we're having a bad day here. All right, so let's get into the next.
Now, I will say this, Donna.
1 second, Jack. Let me get the next video because I don't want to hold this for too long. Let me get the next video and then I'll let you share your thoughts. Hold it just a second. All right, let's get into the next video. Now, this next video here is by Chloe. And she has phenomenal videos. And her videos is more about, women being feminine. All right. Hypergamy. Well, I can't even say it. What's wrong with me? Whatever. She just really about women about being feminine. She has an awesome channel, which, like I said, I'm going to put the link in if y'all interested. And I have showed some of her videos and I enjoy them. So we're going to hear about hypergamy. Yes. We're going to hear what she has to say about this whole situation with it, exploding. All right. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen.
Back as always to this feminine platform, and welcome back to this community and this channel. And if you are new here, ladies lurkers and ear hustlers, welcome. So I wanted to share my thoughts, and of course for the Hive to have a conversation and to take a deeper dive about a viral clip and exchange that happened between the spiritual high priestess Ms. Iyanla Vanzant and the former Housewives of New York alumnus and trained attorney, the super beautiful Eboni K. Williams. That has been sent by so many of you in the Hive, as many of you are interested in my thoughts on the very beaten to death, downtrodden public discourse on provision. Now, of course, this clip caused outrage and was both triggering and traumatizing, not only because this conversation is happening every 3 to 4 business days, but also because it involves the very wax sauce idea of Black women settling over desiring provision. And of course, this conversation speaks to the ongoing dating and marriage marketplace dilemmas that accomplished women, hell women, are having in finding suitable and compatible mates. And I will talk about a few possible solutions at the end of this video. Now, before I play this clip, this is just a house cleaning reminder that I am a woman who prefers depth and clarity. So if you are looking for cupcake surface analysis or for a gender war shouting match. There are other podcast pirates that you can listen to on social media for that. But Chloe style will always be about going beneath the surface. One, because I like to do my homework, and because I like to treat this platform as both a growth and evolution learning tool. So please be warned that you are not going to receive the atypical or cliched and packaged or watered down reactions that this topic tends to trigger in women, which is why you need to subscribe to this channel. So, with that being said, I highly, highly recommend that you watch my video on why 30% of women are now providing and or are the head of household for their partners. Now, provision on the surface, and I need my listeners to understand this, but provision on the surface seems to be this easy peasy lemon squeezy masculinity trait that many frustrated women and women who are new to the femininity movement have now latched onto to either weaponize or to humiliate men. But as we have learned from this BuzzFeed article, hold on. And from my response video to it, provision more than anything is and always will be a class issue, which is why level up work is so important just to have a fighting chance at having access to upper middle class, affluent, and rich provider. The issue of class issue that many people like over. But class is a very complex topic of resources and finances, not some TikTok surface knowledge. And therefore is not always about a man being lazy and incompetent. Now, are there many video gamed incel basement bums and dusties out there? Of course. Are there many men who are super lazy, unambitious, and unaccomplished? Of course. But hypergamy and feathers will be ruffled to hear this is still a numbers game, and there is no amount of shaming men that's going to change that. And many angry birds are not going to want to hear this either, but both irrational men and women like to ignore the facts of class when it comes to a man providing. But when it comes to black folks, the structural issues of race, class, marginalization, disenfranchisement, and straight up and down racism will both limit the amount of healthy provider men that are available to fully provide for a family of four, which in essence makes the hypergamous life a competition for men of any race for resources. But for those of you who haven't heard the exchange between Iyanla and Eboni K. Williams, take a listen.
You've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it, if he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him.
She kills me when she says that's the problem. Why is that a problem? She has to be with him at the end of the day, not you. It's not the problem. All right, resume.
And laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a
Now, of course, this butting of heads and this stalemate exchange between Iyanla and Eboni was very cringe on both sides to watch. And I just need to say this because I have all of the respect in the world for Ms. Iyanla. Iyanla is a light worker and a healer, so her strength is in dealing with matters of the spirit, and her work is very valid and it is very important. Plus, I personally do not like dragging anyone that has put their life on the line to help women, as there are so many women in the world who are mentally, spiritually, and emotionally broken and who are institutionalized and downtrodden. However, and this is a big however, when it comes to hypergamy, Iyanla does not have the answer, Sway, and she seems to be stuck in a disconnected boomer time warp of not understanding that she can no longer come at Black women with cape rhetoric or this packaged idea of them being 50-50 agreeable mules and expect them to fall in line with this old school throwback narrative of settling. Marrying down and starting a family with a poor man is never favorable for women. And yes, as doomsday as it may sound, many women who are in Eboni's position or who are in her trajectory are now electing that they rather die single than to date down as an option, because the inherent insecurities of most men cannot handle being financially outperformed. Plus, women as a gender do not long term respect men who cannot provide for them a moment to rest in their feminine due to either complete exhaustion and or womanhood burnout. So yes, both men and women are losing in this role reversal dilemma of money, power, and respect. Black women having conversations and expectations on hypergamy and provision and femininity are fairly new, less than 5 years old. So it's going to take at minimum an entire generation or more before this deadbeat conversation on Black women deserving provision can die a shameful death. But as of now, this circular conversation, this redundant conversation has become a stalemate screaming match of frustrated women versus frustrated MGTOW, red pill, pygmesia, and incel passport bros without any resolution in sight. And if you ask me, it's pretty damn sad.
I totally agree with her. It's pretty sad. Those are the only ones that's ruffling their feathers. I don't get it. I really just don't get it. All right, girl. Resume.
That the gender wars have come to this. Now, as for solutions, Eboni K. Williams is a TV personality and trained attorney. So, why in Sam's hell would she want to date a bus driver? And at the age of almost 40, Eboni K. Williams will either have to date older, which is why I made a video on how to date older men, or she'll have to catch.
A lot of my coaching, I do promote dating older. I mean, it's everybody's preference, but yeah, I do promote with, females go older. Resume.
Cast a wider dating net outside of her race as a solution to the ever growing conundrum of being a very successful woman whose pool of marriageable provider men will considerably shrink. And Eboni has dated all races of men. Her last boyfriend slash fiance, in fact, was Jewish, but he did not marry her. So, like so many other.
Had to pause. Melvia said, "Die single and not getting beat up by a broke man makes sense to me." Reason.
Women who are in her position, she'll just have to continue to put herself out there and pray for the best for a compatibility match, or live her life fully and unapologetically without a husband. I also recommend for Black women, and feathers will be ruffled to hear this, but you can go argue with your wig cap. But I also highly, highly advise Black women to stop having these anti seductive conversations publicly, especially if you want to land a whale, because they are very damaging to your image when you are single and are publicly blabbing on and on and on about what you deserve. Ladies, when you are seeking out the hypergamous life, hypergamy has always been a chess game that will always be about moving in silence. So the deeper question now becomes, can the Black woman both ready herself to be the prize and compete for hypergamous provision with any race or culture of man? So to get this conversation started, is Iyanla Vanzant out of touch? Should Black women settle for more bus drivers? And should women choose to die alone rather than to settle with an average man? And as always, thank you for listening and thank you for watching.
I got another one for you. Now the next video's another channel. It's a little bit of a roasting and everything. But okay. Now, like I said before, this, my channel is more of a teaching channel. So today we really having class, okay? Now, I was reading some of the comments, but I'm going to go back to, reading comments so I can really soak into it because I want to get all this out the way. And then focus on the comments. I want to hear what everybody has to say about this, right? But number one is, like I said, is what a person's preference is. And you know what? No one should be shamed or criticized for what they want to date and who they want to be with. Okay, because at the end of the day, that person's going to be with that person and in that bed with that person, not you. Okay, and it's so sad when a woman wants more in life or wants more in a relationship. She's considered to be, oh, she's a gold digger. Oh, she's stuck up. Oh, what's wrong with this person? If that's not what she wants. Okay. And just like she said in the beginning, Ebony said in the beginning, she said she's looking for a provider, a man who could provide and protect her. And that's a lot of women out here. But there's some women that don't want that. They okay. They miss independent. They burning bras. They bragging about they have this and that. And they willing to take care of a man. They want to, pay the bills for the man, that 50-50. If that's what those ladies want to do, let them do it. But don't knock a woman who's not into that. That's not for her. That's not what she sees as a man could do for her in a relationship. Okay? Everybody wants something different. She wants a provider and a protector. Okay? And she feels, a bus driver's not going to do it. But she wasn't insulting the bus drivers. She wasn't insulting them. That was just a question that she just asked her. All right, we got another video to get to. So just give me a second while I set it up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, where am I? Yes, here I got it. All right. Now, this channel here is Shira7. Yes, I watch some of her videos. And she has some very good, interesting videos. And she gives, advice. She's more of a channel of leveling up. If ladies, you want to level up, mentally, physically, and all that kind of stuff. So she's a good channel to watch. Like I said, I'm going to put the links in later. All right, let's watch what she has to say about it. It's kind of long, but I'm not going to play the whole thing. Like I said, I'll put the links in case everybody want to watch the full videos. All right, we're just doing some. All right, let's get it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I saw a bunch of comments. So why would someone come on a TV show of a well-educated lawyer, Miss Ebony K. Williams, and ask her if she would date a bus driver? And that's my question, because I would have said no with a disgusted face. And not because I don't like bus drivers. It's just because why would you ask me such a question? That's inappropriate, first of all, to put me out there like that on my own show, because she already knew what her response was going to be. She already knew she was going to say no. She was trying to save face and turn the entire conversation around because she was not being clear enough and she couldn't clarify dating below your standards. So it's just the standards. If men can have preferences, so can women. Women's preferences are more likely financial. Okay, so I know y'all can't see me. Y'all can't see me? Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't mean for you to see me. I'm in my bed, y'all. I thought I would put pictures up today. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little picture show. But I would never have been so nice. I would have been like, no, why would you ask me such a stupid question? I would not date a bus driver. I'm a lawyer. I'm highly paid. And look at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to date a bus driver. That's what I would tell her. I said, I don't have to date a bus driver. And I won't settle for one. And I'd rather be single than date a bus driver. That's exactly what I would have told her. Because, their average salary in my city is only $51,000 a year. And I can't do nothing with that. I can't do nothing. My taxes cost more than that. I can't do nothing with that. Okay? Nothing. Nothing but be mad. There's nothing that bus driver can do for me. Not one thing. Okay? And no offense to bus drivers, but there's nothing you can do. Okay? Not for me or not for any woman with high standards and that has a lifestyle that requires more money in order to be enjoyed. Keep preaching the real. Teach these young girls to be women. All right? Yes. Because, thank you for the donation, Brent. But also, why are we teaching our young girls, exactly, Brent, why are we teaching our young girls to go look for a bus driver? But then at the same time, you better make good grades.
Great point. And that happens a lot in homes. Their parents. It's like they don't want their child to want more in life is a problem. Great point. Resume.
You better not fail your classes. You better go to school. You better go to college. You better look good so you can get you a man. Well, if we're just gonna aspire to bus drivers, then we shouldn't do anything, because all that's required of a bus driver is a high school diploma. So we don't even have to graduate high school, look decent, and we can get a bus driver. But if you took all the time and effort to level up, to look good, to graduate high school, go to college, go to law school, get a career going for yourself, or build a company, or become an entrepreneur, or whatever, you're not going to go looking around for no bus driver, you know? So, I mean, no offense to bus drivers, it's a job, a job, not a career, but a job. And if you are a career woman, you're going to want a career man. Or if you're a leveled up woman, you're going to want a man with a career. Because let's face it, if he get fired as a bus driver, where are he going next? It's literally only one bus driving company in each city. So he got to move or start all over from the bottom somewhere else. So when you say, oh, would you date a bus driver? Heck no, because if he get fired, he ain't going nowhere else. But on your couch, that's where he going. So it's wrong. I believe it's 100% wrong to push these dusties on women because you feel sorry for them. I don't know if she has sons or if she's just trying to, what's her name? Iyanla? I can't really pronounce her name. I don't know if she has sons that she doesn't want to sound like she's bashing men, but it's not, I mean, women can be bus drivers too, right? So it's a job. It's not a career. And so many people strive for the best in life and only to be criticized for wanting more. It's not a bad thing to want more. In fact, it's a good thing, because the better you lift yourself up, you can lift your children up, and then their generation can lift their children up, and you can literally get out of poverty cycle within 1 to 2 generations. But some people keep trying to drag you back there. Like, why are you trying to drag us back to to where we escaped from? Come on. It's like, excuse me, I escaped poverty, but you're trying to put me back there? No, thanks. Go on ahead, you date him. Set your daughter up with him, with them bus drivers. Okay. I don't think even a bus driver want to date a bus driver. Okay. Let me say that one more time. Even a bus driver don't want to date a bus driver. Okay. Ask a female bus driver. What's your ideal man? She ain't gonna say no bus driver. Okay. I'm serious. A bus driver don't even want to date a bus driver. You love watching my advice. Have you ever thought about doing TikTok sprinkle? Thank you for the donation. I don't have a TikTok account, baby. But thank you for the donation. And I don't plan on starting one. So I'm going to be on YouTube and Instagram. That's where y'all find me. Sprinkle. But thank you for the donation. So remember, ladies, stay dust free. Stay dust free and don't let them bring you back here. Okay. This is how a bus driver probably live. Okay. Because on $51,000 a year, this is probably all you can afford. Okay. So she won't Eboni to be living like this with her dusty bus driver. This how they want Eboni living, okay? And what I'm trying to say is, why? And dusties are in the comments all over these videos talking about what's wrong with mediocrity, what's wrong with being a bus driver, because it's dusty. That's what's wrong with it. Okay. If it was your lifelong dream to drive a bus, then great. I'm happy for you. Do what you want. But I know part of that lifelong dream does not include dating a high-profile lawyer. Okay. With low ex.
BG, that is facts. She's talking facts there. They're not even trying to date each other. All right, resume.
Expectations. Where y'all gonna live? In the gated community apartments? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even sound right together. And I'm not being classist or anything. I'm just being real. Nobody wants to date a bus driver, not even a bus driver. You said he be cheating? Yep, everything I get on the bus. Hi, what's your name? How you doing today? You can get
She's kind of funny. I have it on fast speed. That's why it's really funny. Yeah, he flirted with her.
Oh, I got a question though. What is that in the picture?
Right there?
Yeah, what is that in that picture?
That's a picture of the Dusty's home. She's saying
The Dusty's home.
She's saying basically this is what a bus driver is. So she's saying, Iyanla, you want to be with a bus driver so they can live like this from what she's used to. She just got jokes.
Okay, that's
Let's
yeah. I
resume.
wouldn't. If I was her, I wouldn't be making too many judgment calls because we want to see what
Okay.
she lives at too. So
She's living very well, Jack.
okay,
She has husband's doing very well. Yeah. She's not just talking.
okay,
Shows. You just like she
okay.
said, she's laying in the bed. She doing this video because it was a request for her channel. So she didn't feel like camming up and doing all of this stuff. So she's giving her, her thoughts
And
on it.
what's her YouTube channel name?
I'm gonna put all the links in. I said it's Shira 7. And I do
Okay,
watch her. I've been
all right,
watching her for a very long time. All
okay.
right, resume.
For free. Come on, I got you. And she at work, probably earning all the money. He gonna keep his little bus salary and spend it on whatever he gonna spend it on, probably other women. So I definitely feel like she was wrong for even asking her that. I was mad when I heard that come out of her mouth. I was like, that was a low blow because you ain't had nothing else to say. And why? First of all, I can't pronounce her name, so I'm gonna say Iyanla.
Oh. Basically, Melanie, these are just people. There's a whole lot of bunch of videos out here of people that had reacted to that statement. So I'm just showing some of the videos. I start off with the video what gave the big reaction. And then I showed the video of, Ayama, her reaction to everybody else's reaction. So I'm just showing different people's commentaries. And I could be here forever showing people's commentaries. And if I can get into this, whatever those guys are, whatever, I don't even want to put their name. I don't want to say their names in here, so I don't want it to come up in the algorithm or nothing like that. But I can show you their videos, and they just slamming her for her preference. That's about it. So I don't think it's so much like she's insulting the bus driver. We just talking about, that was the question that came up. Iyanla asked the question is, would you date a bus driver? And it doesn't have nothing to do with the topic. Caught off guard. The girl wasn't insulting. That's just not her preference. I mean, she's a lawyer. She's a TV personality. No. And half the time, the bus driver probably wouldn't even approach her anyway. Just saying. Like that. All right, let's get back. Ooh, did I see who just popped up in here? Captain popped up, and blessings to you. Hugs and kisses. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen. Resume.
Ivana. I can't pronounce her name. I am so sorry. Y'all gotta help me. I don't know. So first of all, I don't even think she's supposed to be giving dating advice. I don't think she's supposed to be giving dating advice because this day and era is very different from when she was probably dating. She needs to stick to her affirmations and stuff, but she can't tell people to date bus drivers. That is wrong. Okay, that's like telling somebody to go back home after your husband beat you. No, go back home. He's a good man. Go back to the Dusties. They a good man. Nope. Go back to this dusty apartment. He got a good moral character.
And that does happen a lot in homes with parents, and it's like they don't want their kids to want more and ask for more, and knowing the guy is no good and is not providing, not protecting, basically abusing them, probably mentally, physically, or whatever. And it's just like, go back to your man. At least you have a man. Okay. Resume.
He got a good moral character. That's not gonna pay the rent though. Okay, or the mortgage. A good moral character don't pay for nothing, baby. So that have nothing to do with it. I don't care if you're a good moral character. You pay these good moral bills. And can I respect you as a man if you earning what she probably earned in 2 weeks? You probably earn that in 2-3 weeks. What he earned in a whole year? What the heck? You're gonna be like, I earn what you earn. 50-year-old black man tried to act like provider, but was really a pimp. Oh my goodness. You're 20 years old. Black female dancer nurse assistant confused him for a provider. He sent money like it was nothing. Didn't make the dummy cut. Now I'm scared. Oh, now you scarred. That sounds like, okay, well, first of all, he's a pimp. Oh my goodness. Well, you should have recognized pimp when you seen one. All I can tell you is I hope you got some money and went on about your way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said, what? I'm not trying to talk about people in a bad way here. So let me get that straight. I'm just saying this specific interview, was wrong. And I hate it when people do that on your own platform because you're outshining them. And I'm gonna say that when you are outshining someone and talking and everyone's agreeing with you and you're, da 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 da, it's always someone that comes in and tries to say, but would you date a bus driver? Heck no, I wouldn't date no bus driver, and I still don't feel bad about it. Okay, and I see what I see, and guess what? I would never date a bus driver. Sorry, ma'am. That's your generation. Ain't mine. Okay, we grew up in 2 different eras. You grew up in the era of building Barbara the Builder, and I didn't. There you go. So we ain't building no man. We not lowering our standards. We're not dealing with this dust no more because this is what they live in. Look at this. This a typical apartment, a TV, a recliner, some groceries in the fridge, maybe an air mattress or a bed on the floor. That's how much this bus driver can probably afford to live with. The $51K a year salary. This is what you.
Okay, that's enough of that video. I just was showing, like I said, different videos, different people's point of view. Now, Jack, would you like to share your closing thoughts before I get into what I have to say, and I want to get into the comments. So if you want to share your thoughts real quick.
Ain't much to close. Just basically, people have a freedom of choice. You know, you don't have to be with the dusty, and you don't have to be with the ratchet woman. I mean, people got choices. I mean, there should be no debate. Should be no argument. I'm just gonna keep it real. It should be no argument whatsoever. I mean, that's what you want. That's what you want. You know, um, if what's his name? Ebony K. Williams. If
Yeah,
she
her name
wants to be executive, then that's what she wants. She don't got to be with a bus driver or sanitation man or custodian or any blue collar job guy. She doesn't have to do that. She's within her constitutional right to be with whoever she wants to be with. And we should, as a people, respect her choices. Um, just like everybody else. I mean, just like their big exec guys will not date a waitress. Why should they? I mean, why would a guy like that date some lady that works at Chili's, or whatever, or at the what they call it, exotic lounge, the ones that slide down the pole. It's a choice. She doesn't have to get the guy from the street or the guy that's still living with their mother and grandmother and they like 40 years old. Get out of here. Stupid. I would advise you not to get with that guy, especially he's like in his 40s and still lives with his parents. That's unless he's physically disabled or something like that. Okay, I'm not talking to the ones who are disabled or lost their job or something like that. Okay, we're talking about the able-bodied individual. BG said Tiger Woods did. Yeah, and you see what happened. You saw what happened. Yeah, BG, you saw what happened with Tiger Woods, right? He got with that waitress. Now he got 99 problems. Yeah. But overall, I think, ladies, you have a right to choose whoever you want to be with. Doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't have to be a bus driver. Iyanla's looking at it in the old school perspective. Ebony's more in the new school. And so, of course, it's not going to gel. Both their, perspectives are not going to be aligned in lockstep. I think it benefits both of them having this discussion because it helps boost their ratings. It helps boost their whatever motion they have going on in the media. I think it helps them in a long term. I think it's a opportunity for them to take advantage of the situation and have this discussion. She don't have to be with a bus driver. I mean, that's just plain and simple. I don't know why we having this argument. This is stupid. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. You have a point there.
You
Okay.
know,
Let me I'm gonna give my closing thoughts here. Let me change, and thank you so much, Jack, for putting that in and saying, people, have a preference of what they want at the end of the day. Let me just change the setting here real quick because I want to put on some music. You know, that doesn't work without music. All right. Okay. I'm gonna give my closing thoughts. I'm not gonna hold y'all here. I was trying to keep it under an hour and everything. Like I said, I'm gonna put the links into in the chat. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, basically the reason why I wanted to discuss this because Jack did bring this to my attention. I don't even know who this Ebony lady is. I've never heard about her before. She looks slightly familiar, but I don't know much about her. And Jack did bring this to my attention about some woman saying that she would date a bus driver. I was like, whoa, what kind of person? Then when he said a little bit about her, said she's a lawyer. So, oh, well, she's a lawyer. Okay, well, I can understand. I mean, if she wants to, whatever, but she doesn't want to. She's a lawyer. She went to school for how many years, right? She had to go past the bar, which is not easy. She worked hard, and she did say in the video, like I said, whoever's coming here late, go back and watch the replay. Like I said, I showed different clips. She said she was looking for a provider and a protector in a man. Right? And it was Iyanla who just came out the blue and just said, would you date a bus driver? And it wasn't even like a videos about, who you would date or whatever. And it wasn't like Ebony was over here making a video saying she's bashing blue collar jobs or whatever. It's just not for her. Now let's think about with men. You have a lot of men out here and they say, which is their preference, what they want. They want a woman who's slim with the perky breast, the nice butt, small waist. This is what they want. Men is more visual. She has to have a body. Now, they'll get mad if I say to them, well, why don't you do with the girl who's 300 pounds? She's faithful and loyal. She'll cook. She'll be good to you. They look at you like, oh, you lost your mind? She's fat. I'm not messing with her. You understand? But now they want to jump at her when she worked hard to the level that she is in life, and she just saying, no offense, but she just wouldn't date unless he owns a bus. I think she meant more of a bus company or whatever, unless she owns. So all these men, they just bashing on her. Oh, such and such is bashing. For what reason? That's her preference. Just like y'all men have a preference. And y'all definitely with the body. It's all about how the woman looks. She has to have this look, this certain look and everything. Look, when you look at all the celebrities, why y'all go crazy off of Beyonce? Because of her look. Right? Correct? So this is what she wants. And a lot of women, not all, but some women, they look at a man who's financially secure. Oh, wait a minute. What the BG side just came up in? What you said? Arnold Schwarzenegger got his made. I wanted to do commentary. That was something else, wasn't it? But let me get back to it. But like I said, it's just a person's preference. And this is what she wants. Just like men have their preference too. You listen on social media, it's like, oh, I don't want a girl, she better not have no makeup. I don't want no weaves or nothing like that, no wigs and all this. Okay, well then that's your preference if that's what you want. Well, some women looking for men, are you a provider? If we have children together, do I still have to work this full-time job like you? And we have to send the kids to a bunch of strangers to watch the kids? And then I got to pick them up after work, full-time job, bring them home, take care of the kids, and cook and clean. It's a lot. Maybe she's looking for a man that if we have children, he's working, everything will be fine. She could stay home and take care of the kids instead of having strangers. I don't know. Everybody has their vision of what they want. And you're entitled for your preference because at the end of the day, it's who you laying down with, and no one should judge you for what you are or criticizing you for wanting more. Now, this is the famous question I have. I should have asked the question earlier. So whoever's watching replay or they hear now, and the question I have is, and more for replay watchers. You have a daughter. Let's give example. Your daughter. All right, Dad, you worked hard. You might have been a bus driver, sanitation worker, I don't know, whatever you want to say that you are, right? You work hard to put your daughter through law school, and that's not cheap. But you want the best because usually parents, we want our children to have more and a better life than what we have. That makes sense, right? So you put her through the law school, books and everything, you make sure, and she makes it big and she becomes a lawyer or a doctor, whatever. Stuff like this costs a lot to go to school for. And then she comes home one day and she says, Dad, I'm talking to the men, Dad, I want you to meet Brian. I'm making it Brian. I want you to meet Brian. I'm in love. Oh, sure, honey. Let me meet him. Let me meet who this guy that you in love with. Who's this man with my daughter? Who's this man? Who's this man, right? What is the first thing that y'all men is going to want to know? What does he do for a living? That's usually going to be the first question. And knowing his daughter is a doctor or a lawyer, whatever, and says, well, you know, Dad, he's sanitation worker, bus driver, but I really love him. You can't stop what you want to do. But I'm just curious, how would you feel about that? Just a question. Just let me know. Put that in the comments. All right? Just be respectful about it. I'm just very curious on that one. You know, think about it. Because I know a lot of men, that's going to be the first question. Daughter, what does he do for a living? Why do you ask that? You must be concerned about it because you want to know who is this guy that's going to take care of my daughter, and how will he be able to take care of my daughter? And she's a lawyer or a doctor or whatever you want to say she is. All right, so let me just go back a little bit of these comments here. I know I missed so many comments. I see Tiger Woods up in here. I see Melanie. What else it says? What else? Oh, Captain. I think Captain was talking about what she was saying. Yes, she is married to an older man. She's always been attracted to older men. That's what she said. And some women like older men. You know, some men like younger women. They don't want no older woman. They don't want no woman their age. They like them younger. That's a person's preference. Whatever you want. All right, let me see what else I have in here before I close out. Okay. Captain Funny, he said senior citizen. Okay. What did I miss? Let me see. Okay. I guess Wellness saying I agree. She's saying yep. Okay. All right. BG says post then Taco versus Taco Bell is a preference. All right, let's see what's up. Melly said it may be more about how she said and not what she said. Yeah. And do you know what, like with Melly, when she said that, that's why I was showing those different videos. It wasn't even about that topic. She caught off guard. She said that. And another thing, I'm glad I read this comment because I wanted to say about that. If she would have said, absolutely, I would date a bus driver, no problem. Everybody on social media says she's lying. Or what's that little YouTube slang? Cap. She's capping. Yeah, they would have jumped at her. So she's damned that she said this and she's damned that she said that. Because I know they would have gunned her. They would have said she is lying. There's no way this girl would have dealt with no bus driver. That's what they said. But at least she was being honest. And that's the problem so much in the dating scene. A lot of people's not being honest. They're not. And you know, when a person knows their self-worth, they know what they want. They're not going to settle for less. And that's why it's important to know your self-worth, because God wants that, because you want the best for yourself. All right. Did I miss something? Let me read something, Captain, here. I want nothing but the best for her. But if she had a good job and a good character, then I will support her decision. I have no choice. And BJ says, an honest living goes a long way. Exactly. And there's nothing, you know, I hope y'all don't get the depression. I'm sitting here like insulting bus drivers or blue collar jobs. Not at all. I'm not saying that at all. Because, you know, at least you're doing something. You're not sitting around playing video games all day, smoking weed, talking crap, and want to knock a woman upside her head. Okay? You're doing something with your life. And it's a job. And it's an honest job. And you're not out here hustling on the street, selling or robbing people and stuff. Oh, absolutely not. But just saying, as a woman who, she's a lawyer, she worked hard to get to where she's at. Hey, that's all. And half the time, the bus driver or sanitation, they're not even going to approach her anyway, because they're going to look at her like she's living a certain lifestyle that I'm not even going to be able to give to her. So why even bother? You know, a lot of people supposed to be being realistic, but whatever. You know, so it's not like I'm trying to insult. In my personal opinion. Gotcha. All right, so that's just about it. I don't have anything else to say over here. Did I miss a comment that I should? Because I know so many comments here. There was just many comments, but I really want to keep it under an hour. Is anything else here I missed? Let me know. So the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, choose who you want to date, what you want to date. And remember, everybody has preference. People is gunning for her for what she said. I mean, it wasn't even about that. If she would have turned around and said, of course I would date a bus driver. Of course I would date a sanitation worker. Everybody out here would have said she's lying. Or what's the YouTube slang? Cap. She capping. What the heck is a cap? I had to ask my son the other day. I was like, I keep hearing this word. I was like, what is it? He said, oh, you're lying. I said, oh. All right. Just say she's lying. All right. Women are paying alimony. Remember that year. And also, remember, Iyanla said she'll date a bus driver. She ain't got no problem. She'll do that. But she will have her stash and her prenup. Y'all got to listen to the key words. Listen to them. Listen to them well. Good talk. And thank you, Melanie, because what you brought up something I wanted to bring up that point. So thank you so much. So everybody, they have a blessed one and a safe one. Jack, you got a last thing to say? Or I'll just wrap it up now. Okay, guess not. All right, so everybody has a blessed one, and just remember, date smart, not thirsty. Choose who you want to date, who you want to be with, and teach your children. Teach your children about dating and wanting more, because so many, parents, they just tell their kids just whatever. I don't know. It's really sad, and that's why a lot of kids grow up with low self-esteem, and they figure they can't even have more, they can't even do better, and it's sad. You need to know your self-worth. All right, so good night, everyone. Everyone have themselves a blessed night and a safe one. Stay tuned for more of Donna Just Being Real. And don't forget, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And hugs and kisses to you, beautiful Black Lady Jane. All right, and bye. Date smart, not thirsty.